Aloha and welcome to our Ukulele Spotlight. We are so incredibly fortunate to have our guests with us today here on island. They have been an integral part of the ukulele for many, many years, and we are so excited to get to sit down and talk story with them. So please welcome Peter and Paul Luongo. Awesome.
Aloha, Sarah. How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Now, I have some questions because we have you both here because we're going to be asking about past and present. So, why the ukulele, Peter?
I started taking a course in university way back in the late 70s that focused on using the ukulele as a classroom instructional musical instrument. So it was the option to the recorder.
Oh, gotcha.
And when I adopted the instrument and that methodology around it, which was put together in Canada by a gentleman named J. Chalmers Doan out of Nova Scotia, which is Eastern Canada, the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah.
I started implementing it in the classroom, and the students took to it. They had success with it. I really enjoyed utilizing the instrument because it gave us all the components of music instruction that we would need: melody, harmony, rhythm, the opportunity to be able to put them into an ensemble setting so everybody had parts. The voice was never compromised. You could use the voice. The fretboard and the way that the instrument is constructed as a fretted instrument became an ideal and perfect way to teach music theory to children. And suddenly we had this program that was leading to music literacy. The students would leave the grade 4, 5, 6, so 9, 10, 11-year-old category and move on into band successfully. And so what we would see in our district was an opportunity to utilize this instrument in a way that led not just to music literacy and the furthering of music instruction beyond elementary schools, but it also was a great way to develop in students problem solving, critical thinking, and the magic was the synergy of kids learning from each other. And what we've come to realize as we've continued to work with ensemble setting is that it also builds that ability for students to get to work together, to build synergies, and then to be able to share their music.
Yes.
Because the final component of what we do in Langley is like sports teams who practice and utilize the skills to then play in a game.
Right.
We believe very firmly that performance is an integral part of our program. So Paul, for example, would have had his students performing 50 to 60 times this year.
Ooh.
So they're not just practicing, they're not just learning skills, they're applying them in performance and then utilizing that experience to build self-esteem, to build the idea of working as a team. So it becomes a holistic program where music is the vehicle, the ukulele is the tool, but developing the whole child is the mandate.
Right. Now, with that in mind, when did the Langley Ukulele Ensemble come about? Because obviously that's why you folks are here currently we're at the Sheraton Waikiki. So tell us a little bit about that. And then, of course, if you can, lead us into, because I'm very curious how you ended up growing your love of ukulele as well. So let's start from the beginning.
Okay, so when I was hired to teach in the Langley School District,
Yes.
the ukulele program was already there. And what they had done was developed it in the mid-70s as a classroom approach, as I described. And then because they had so many students, we had 2,000 students playing ukulele twice a week lessons in the classroom. This is public school. 2,000 kids.
That's amazing.
So they said, well, why don't we pick the best kids and give them a chance to play in an honor ensemble, an honor group, like you have honor band and honor choir. And so what ended up happening was that I came in, they had the top group, they had a secondary group, which they asked me to direct. And the students from my program would go into that top group. Well, 2 years after I started, I adopted the top group. I brought my students with me, the top group, and I set a goal of in 5 years, we will be in Hawaii performing. Right. Great goal, right?
Yeah.
Those kids that stopped laughing long enough to play stayed with me.
Yes.
5 years later, we came to Waikiki. And we performed in schools in the Honolulu area and at tourist attractions. We continued to develop the program. I continued to direct. And in the mid-90s, we developed a beautiful relationship with the Sheraton hotels where the students were invited to come and perform. We took that right up until, and I'm now handing the baton over to Paul.
Yes.
2013, I retired, turned the ensemble over to Paul. He then took it, and this is year 28 of the students performing here in Honolulu, here at the Sheraton Waikiki.
Wow. So, Paul, what is the future of the Langley Ukulele Ensemble? I know you've been in it for a while, but what are some of the things that you've been implementing and doing with the ensemble, and how do you see it continuing to grow?
Yeah, well, do you know what? When roots are so well established, and as a person who was so lucky to get not only the experiences of being a part of the ensemble, but also getting to, see the mentorship, see the leadership of what my dad instilled in not just me, but all the kids that I was in, and the ones I also looked up to as a young boy. I didn't start playing ukulele till I was about 11, 12. I started with violin, but to see my siblings and then to see the relationships my dad was able to, grow with many of the volunteers and families and within the association, whether it's us going to theirs or me getting babysat by even some of the members. This community, which started in such a simplistic form, uh, there's so many values that come from it that I hope to continue to, sustain because sometimes in a fast-paced life, which our world and society lives in, and you put in there the digital era of things and such, sometimes we do need to take a breath, take a beat, take a breath, and embrace the time we have together. And that's when you put that and everything my dad shared already, the holistic approach philosophically around education and really working with the kids beyond just the notes, the rhythms, the harmonies, the arrangements, the fundamentals around playing the instrument. When you work around all of that and then using that as a bit of a platform, but really looking at the holistic approach of the child, again, it hasn't really changed much. Now we're in 44 years,
Right.
where when I took this over, we very quickly were able to celebrate 35 years of enriching lives through music. Throw something called a pandemic in there, and next thing you
Right.
know, we're still celebrating enriching lives through music and continuing that tradition, that legacy. The present is continuing to uphold the traditions and values, and the future is to continue to hopefully honor that. And of course, this relationship with Hawaii and getting the opportunity to have that cultural exchange and kind of maintain opportunities for kids to still see and connect the dots between the importance of connection, but also culture and how they can align and show parallels to even back home.
So Paul just talked about the present, and you were asking about where it's going to go. Well, let's talk about where it's been and where it needs to go.
Right.
We at one time had thousands of kids playing. Well, music programs have not just been cut in Hawaii. They've also been cut in British Columbia. So we don't have the wherewithal to be able to have 1,000 students taking ukulele instruction in class anymore. So it's okay. We've learned to pivot. And Paul alluded to the pandemic. That was a key pivot moment for many of us in the world. For educators, we now have moved the program to outside of school time. So our program runs after school. There are still some classrooms that offer instruction, but our program, the one that is the product being seen here in Hawaii, that product is coming from us starting at the very earliest. We run an ukulele camp in August. We get 40 to 50 new candidates that come in. I take his students and I teach them to teach. They teach those new candidates.
Awesome.
Under my mentorship of the teens who are teaching, those students now are being taught in the same way as Paul would have been taught. And their teachers are being taught how to do that so that we have future Pauls
Yes.
that will come down the line. Those students then are in a pyramid system where the youngest children can audition for an intermediate program. That intermediate program is now being led by one of his students who has worked with me for 4 years as a student teacher. He's now leading it, intermediate. I've taken the next level, which is senior B, and I've done that so that my practice stays current. I don't want to speak to, well, here's what it's like, and not be able to say, I'm right there doing it too, right?
Right.
And I used to do that when I was a school principal. I always insisted on being in the classroom, whether I was teaching music or mathematics. I wanted to be in front of kids so that teachers understood that I understood. So I'm still doing that. Those students that I teach progress onto Paul. So we have 100 students that meet weekly for an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on which ensemble they're in. And our program is no longer just about getting kids to play. Our program is now about teaching kids to teach, developing young children in the way that we teach so that they progress through in a pyramid system. The top kids have the incentive of, we go to Hawaii. Oh, if you get in this group, you travel internationally.
Yeah.
Now that's a great incentive. But here's what's more important. These kids that have been here with Paul, and we met last night in debrief, they're on fire for the ukulele, but they're on fire for the ukulele in this context where they get to share who they are with the world and demonstrate the best of what youth can do,
Right.
enriching lives through music. Their lives have been enriched by the teaching they've been blessed to get, by a system that's been giving them a skill built through the ukulele, but they're understanding that part of that enrichment isn't just to keep it for myself, it's to share it with others. And so there's that cultural piece. We're no longer just saying, keep it for you. We're saying, no, now that you have it, you have an obligation. You have a requirement to share it with others. And then when you're done and graduated from this program, go and take the best of what you've learned about how to be a good person, how to be a person who works in a team setting, and bring that to the world that you have beyond ukulele so that you can, in fact, share it in your workplace, in your families, in your community. Those are the desires, the goals, the ambitions we have for the program, that it not be kept as a little secret, but that it be shared beyond the world. So we want to keep traveling. We want to keep bringing these kids to Hawaii. Yes, in part because it's incentive for being in the program, but more importantly, look what you're learning from being in front of audiences of 1, 2, 300. Look what you're learning from meeting people like you and Craig, meeting masters like Byron, who spoke to the kids, Brian Tolentino, who shared in with the kids. They're now realizing, my goodness, these people are sharing with us. It's our obligation to share with others. That's what the future holds for us. A program that is sustained, yes, with future teachers, but with future citizens of our world who understand the importance of the cultures they've been able to share with, and the skills that they've developed, and the kindnesses and the synergies that they've been able to develop through being involved in a program. Again, the vehicle is music. The tool is ukulele, but it's about making people a better people for the world, to make the world a better place for all of us.
Well, it's life skills, right? Being able to cooperate in a collective, being able to learn from other people. Like there's so much. Music isn't just music, right? And especially in this instance, it is truly about the whole person, which I think is absolutely amazing. Now, Peter, you had alluded earlier about a festival that you guys are going to be having
Yep.
at Fort Langley. Can you
Yes.
tell us more about that?
You betcha. I'd love to. So we're bringing some of Hawaii's greatest musicians, teachers, instructors to Langley, British Columbia, September. The 25th will be our VIP luau. The 26th will be workshops all day. And then that night, Friday night, we are going to do a special all Hawaiian music presentation
Wow.
with Hawaiian artists. We've actually got Andrew and Jay Molina coming from Maui. Of course, we've got Craig, the famous Craig and Sarah. We've got Brian Tolentino and Hale Siburi. We've got O'Neill Chin will be there as well. The Langley Ukulele Ensemble will perform, and we have some other Northwest Coast performers that will be there and teaching.
Fantastic.
That'll be Friday night. Saturday, again, workshops all day. And then Saturday night, we're going to feature the Langley Ukulele Ensemble. And we've everything from open mic to jams. And it's just going to be a great time. And we're delighted that we can honor during that presentation. We're going to visit and honor the Indigenous history that dates back 200 years, and then celebrate the connection between the Pacific ukulele connection.
Yes.
Let me leave it at that.
That's beautiful. I know I'm very excited about the trip. I'm really looking forward to joining you guys and of course seeing you again this year. It's always a treat.
Yeah.
So thank you guys again so much. And stick around because we are actually going to chat with some of the students coming up. But before that, I just want to say again, thank you both so much for all of the incredible work that you do. Peter, of course, for in some ways kicking things off, and Paul for continuing that legacy because it really is so incredibly meaningful, the work that you do, not only for the kids musically, but also helping ground them and helping them become the best that they could be.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let's hear from the kids and see what they really did.
Yeah,
this
they'll
year.
tell you the true story.
I always thought that ukulele was probably like a very simple instrument. Well, but honestly, it's more of a way of me bonding with some of my closest friends that I've ever met. I've also like made many like friendships, connections through the ukulele, and just like in general, I think it's underappreciated. If that's a word.
I feel like ukulele is very much it's very much connected with bonding. Like even when I didn't play ukulele, every time I thought of ukulele, I'd think of people sitting at a campfire, maybe like strumming and singing campfire songs with the ukulele. And like even in our ensemble, it really brings us together with music.
Like we are a uke ensemble, but we're also like a little family.
Exactly.
First of all, it's an instrument I love. I grew up playing it basically, and it's what I feel most comfortable with. But more than that, in this group, I feel connected with everyone, the directors, the chaperones that I've known, which are parents of my friends, and then everyone in the ensemble. And it just feels like a family, which I love.
For me, I feel like it's a way to express myself and connect with people. Like, it's the reason I know this guy. Like, we get along. I mean, why? We play a lot of music together. Also, Tyler. But yeah, just expressing myself, bringing joy to people. I love doing that, and I feel like a ukulele is a great outlet for that.
I just get really happy, especially seeing the audience reactions. There's always a few in the front row and they're singing along, taking videos, and I love that.
For me, it's about like being part of a group of people. Like I've never really had that before here, but now it's like we're here and we're part of something, and it's like a bonus if people are sitting in the front row. They just love the music so much, it brings them to tears sometimes. And I look at my friends and be like, we're doing this together. We're affecting people's lives in this way together. It's really meaningful to be part of something like that.
Favorite thing to eat here?
Ooh, the poke bowls. The quesadilla, cheese quesadilla.
From where?
Get lobster.
All right, last question. Where do you see the ukulele in your future?
I think it's a way for me to get into a lot other instruments that I want to play because I already have the basics. And just being in Langley Ukulele Ensemble, I gain a lot of life skills that will help me like take other steps in my future. I like stole everything I could say. Oh, sorry. No, but like same thing. I'm pretty sure like string instruments specifically, like I already know pretty much everything, I guess. I need to know for any string playing instrument, and just in general like connections and like like the life skills I learned from this group.
We go to the word of giving with our gift of music and our motto of enriching lives through music. And over the years, I've gotten to realize more and more what that means and what it looks like. And I'm really happy to get another year next year to do a lot of things with our Fort Langley International Uke Festival, going to the UK, and being with people like him, making music with everyone, and becoming even closer.
For me, I feel it feels very full circle. I mean, it's an honor to play the instrument in the place where it was born, and especially to meet with locals and play for you guys and whoever else. And just to, again, make music, share with people. It feels great.
It can definitely be an outlet. Like if I'm if I have any feelings, I can just express them on the ukulele, and that's nice.
I'd say just stick with it and work hard, because I remember when I was like in kindergarten, basically I was visiting grandparents in a different country. My dad goes home and he picks up the ukulele, and I come home and then he teaches me. He's like, hey, there's a new instrument you want to try. And then like I learned very quickly. Apparently La Bamba was one of my like first songs, which is crazy. So I knew the lyrics before I joined senior A. So but no, like just like you just gotta stick with it. And even like you think that, oh darn, it's like this is complicated, or like I don't know if I want to continue, like stick with it.
The first time that I performed here, the first lobby concert we had, and people started cheering, and that was because of the music that we made, and we did it together, and it's really a special thing.
I'd say probably make mistakes and also talk to people who also do play ukulele, because I think they can give you lots of advice, and also just playing with someone else is so much more fun than doing it by yourself. But also just feel free to make mistakes, because sometimes they sound really good and or you can either learn off of it or discover something new from your mistake that would make you into a better player.
Similar to what Eva said, I think find people to look up to, not people to compare yourself to, but it's really nice to have people that you admire, and there's always going to be ways to improve if you have people like that.
I feel like there isn't really an instrument where it's easier to bond with a random person over. Like you could just be sitting at a bus stop and then you have a ukulele. Hey, let's just sing a song. And you sing a song with a stranger. Or you teach them like a C and a G7 and boom, you're playing together. I don't know, there's something about the ukulele. Like I play guitar, I pick up other instruments. The ukulele is like no other instrument. It's just incredible to connect with people.
Try it and keep going no matter what level you're at, because it doesn't matter if you find people that enjoy the music as much as you do. So just find your joy and then run with it.